La patience se soutient par l'espérance.
You want to start to dance? I said, yes. And they saw, Rouddy's crazy, man. And they saw, people are thinking to leave the island. You want to dance, to stay here to dance. I said, no, I don't want to stay here, but I want to continue what I'm doing.
That was Rouddy Kimpioka. Twice already, and the podcast hasn't even started properly. You heard him as a musician, and you heard a quote from him answering my questions in this podcast called Living as Neighbours. Welcome. I traveled with my mics to Europe's borders, where refugees arrive and are usually treated in horrible ways, but not by the people that I get in front of my microphone. They are not only neighbors with their local neighbors, but also became good neighbors for people on the move, refugees, migrants, asylum seekers. This turned their lives upside down. My name is Rico. I'm a theologian, artist, and a director of a World of Neighbours Foundation, and these people are my heroes and role models. The whole of Europe should hear their story, because there are still many, many challenges ahead when it comes to migration. How are you a good neighbor? What can go wrong? And what would such a border resident advise us? This podcast, Living as Neighbours, is made possible by the Lutheran World Federation, and in this first episode we hear Rouddy Kimpioka from Congo and Lesbos, Greece, both as a musician with Refugee African Dance International and as a local. We hear how he went from being a refugee only to an islander without documents and a good neighbor to Greeks, refugees, and the countless volunteers of international organizations. Listen in, I'm talking to Rouddy in his Red Cultural Center, a lively place where music is always in the making. Here's Rouddy.
Ah, les Africains, la vie n'est pas facile en Europe.
Rouddy, you're from Congo.
Yes, I'm from Congo.
When did you leave Congo?
I left Congo in 2016, and 2017 I arrived in Turkey. Then 2017, the same year, I arrived in Greece.
Can you describe the kid that left Congo? Or the young man that left Congo whose name was Rouddy? What man was that?
Yeah, when I left my country, it was Rouddy. Rouddy with too much stress, Rouddy without hope, and Rouddy with losing everything, losing his family, losing life, and going to an unknown place and just seek for safety and seek for everything from beginning. And finally, unlucky, I arrived in the camp in Mória.
You were looking for safety, and
yes.
You arrived in the camp Mória.
Yes.
Which is the opposite of safety.
Safety, it means, like for me, the place you feel like you are safe. The safety is inside you, inside your heart, because no one can assure your safety. Even the politician, even the army, the guard, the bodyguard, whatever you have, even the country. Because if the country gives you safety, in our country, I cannot leave my country. Because there's people out there, but even the president, all of them, they are there, but even the police. But when you have to be forced to leave, you have to leave. And safety, the place you feel you are safe at all. By example, you can stay even in the beach, you feel safe there. The place you feel you understand, you have good communication, you are connecting even with the nature, and your mind can be free.
And that happened to you in Mória?
In Mória, I was not safe.
No.
Mória is not a safe place. Mória is a prison. Mória, everybody know Mória is a prison. Mória is not a good place, people. Good place, then someone can say Mória was good. No. Mória was a prison at all. And it was like an open prison. And the island, of course, the island is like in the middle of the sea, but inside the island there was a prison, and inside the Mória camp was again the prison. So you cannot imagine, everything was there. It was like a small hell in this planet and in this island.
It was a small hell on this planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but no, Mória was like another spirit was there.
Yeah. You left the country. You said, I was a man with no hope, no future, who lost his family.
Yeah.
That was Rouddy back then.
Yeah.
Something happened. And I think at least that something had to do a little bit with music.
Yeah. In my country, I was singing the church. And I love music. Then I was playing music with the team in the church. But when I came here, not only here first, when I was in the prison in Turkey, and I was singing.
In the prison?
In the prison. On that time, I understand what is the power of music. Because the music, it's something, it's a really different kind of art who bring people to take back at least hope. It's something very good who bring people to feel you still have at least one day to live in this world. And I identify that in the prison. Because in the prison, I was looking even to have a book to read. You have to do some things because you can do nothing. You just sleep and you are tired. You can do nothing. Sleep, wake up, sleep, wake up. And when they was giving us like 10 minutes to go out, to take break. And these 10 minutes, you get the sun and you are out. You get different air. And for me, it was very important. And I was using these 10 minutes by singing. Yeah, I sit in my corner. I saw people, because we were more than 1,000 people inside the prison. And I saw children in the prison. I was really bad. I said, if me, I'm in the prison, I feel bad, what these children, they're thinking? And I start to sing, God, when you gonna help? When these things will happen, will stop. Singing in my own languages. Finally, 2 people was around me, they was listening to me. And after 3 people, after 5, after people start to join me, because in this prison days, they put a lot of things like a gym, but people was going there, they feel tired because they don't have much energy, and they start to come close to me. And I was singing, and when I sing, and they start to dance. They tell me, what you are singing, you need to teach us how to dance it. It was Afghan people, Arabic, people from Africa.
Why were these people in prison?
In the prison.
Why were they in prison like you?
Because when people try to cross Greece and they arrest them to the police, they put them in the prison.
Okay, thanks. Okay.
So we had a shipwreck and they put us in the prison.
Okay, that's good to know.
making me very sad because I thought I have risked my life in the sea. Maybe they can bring us in the house, but they bring me again to the prison. It was like, it's better to die than to stay in the jail. But after that, I was like singing and I started to dance. I took another energy inside me and started to move my body with choreography. And some people was laughing, but by laughing, it make them happy. Because in the prison, it's difficult to laugh. You know, it's really, you look, some people crying, some people too much stress because it's not a good place. And I do some things, make them to laugh. And some people, they say, it's crazy because in the prison, people are getting crazy. But I was doing it to take out my stress. And some people start following me. They start to sing loud and following the step. Now the movement was for everyone, more than 1,000 people. All of us. When we are outside 10 minutes, we were dancing, singing, and the police even, they didn't understand. They said, this man is crazy. And then when we go back to our room, it was like, with this energy, we go back inside the room, laughing. People, what we gonna do again? And I have to think, when will we go again? 10 minutes. What I'm gonna do? I have to think all the time, because I feel people, they was happy, you know. Of course, it was like 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the afternoon, like 1 o'clock, and 10 minutes in the evening. And this 10 minutes, like in 24 hours, we were allowed 30 minutes to go out. And then this 30 minutes, it was another world for us. Because when we go, the morning, 30 minutes, music. In the morning, no one cares. Some people, they'll be tired, they don't want to eat the food. In the afternoon, they get more energy. In the evening, some people has another energy, and we start to dance. So I came.
But just we have to cherish this moment that you're in a prison in Turkey, a hopeless kid from Congo.
Yeah.
How old were you back then?
At that time,
When you left?
I was 25th.
Okay, that's not a kid anymore. A young man, hopeless,
Yeah.
who had been singing in church.
Yeah.
But that really, well, it clearly didn't save his ass. So he had to run, hopeless, arrived in the most hopeless place on earth. After a shipwreck in a Turkish prison where you could only get 10 minutes per part of the day.
Yeah.
And then you, because you started singing, you get this whole prison dancing.
Yeah. Even the police was dancing. The Turk police, this making me till now, I cannot forget that.
It's a movie.
Yeah, they was dancing. Because they used to see the same people was coming to prison, maybe 2 times, 3 times. So they know some people. And it was different when I was there. It was very different. They used not to do that, music, dancing, you know. But when I was there, people was dancing. I make people happy. And people there, some people there was not accepting to come even out, but they start to come. We will go because we didn't have a phone. It's impossible to make a video. I wish we could make a video, but we couldn't.
Well, we have the video in our heads at the moment
In the head.
of you and all those people dancing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I mean, I can imagine that this moment for you created also like a point of importance, of meaning, of yourself.
Yeah.
Inside this hopeless place. I mean, you created something. You became a creator in the midst of darkness.
Yeah, it was like that. Of course, it was not a good situation. People was thinking you want to sing because I don't know what to do. The problem is I saw my life now have been changed. I don't know where I am. I don't understand the languages. I am alone. My family is far. I don't have contact with them. Nothing. It means I'm lost. So I didn't know what to do exactly, where to go, where I am, what I have to do, what is my life. And thinking I have been studying university, all these things, why it's happening to me, what situation of the country, why we are not saving our country. All these things was coming at any second in my mind. And I said, let me sing. If I'm going to die, of course, it's normal life. That's why. I feel it was very important for me. And many people were there. Some people, I know them till today.
You do?
People from Congo, they was with me in the prison. They know what I was doing there. And they knew me from the prison. I have been create even one song in the prison.
You did?
And this song, these people, when they saw me here from my country, they never forget that to me. They never forget. They was reminding me, Rouddy, this song, play it. We need to dance it. I said, why? Because this song wasn't the prison. It was the best. It was the best in the prison. And it was not something easy. And I cannot forget it.
Can you sing one line of that song?
That song? It will bring him back in the prison.
Do you want to? No.
Of course, I can sing because I was singing about the hope. We have one plant, one tree in my country. In this tree, it's very important. Even you cut it, you can use it. In this tree, you can have wine. In this tree, you can have oil. In this tree, you can have the mop. In this tree, you can have a small animal to eat. In this tree, when it's rain, you can build it a house. So this tree, we call it like, I don't know in English, but in French, we call it le palme. Like
Palm tree. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was singing, even you cut it, it's important. It means me, I am like that tree. Mo katimbila yaka elelo, zonga elelo. Mo katimbila yaka elelo, zonga elelo yaka. Mbila yo mbila. Oh mbila nzeta lokumu, ale moto mbila akitisi mandala basali bakombo. It means mbila, it means in Lingala.
Mm-hmm.
I was singing in Lingala because I didn't know how to speak English, and I was singing to say this plant, it's very important. I am one of using the fruit of this tree. In the morning, I can go to cut it. They can make oil, and then I can cut it. They can make the soap. I can cut it. The branch of the tree. They can make something to clean the house. You can build the house. If they cut all the tree, they can make a wine. I will be always important to the people. So it came just in my mind, and I started to sing it all the time. And people was calling me Mokatimbila. This is my prison name.
What was the meaning of it?
Mokatimbila. And the person who's cutting the fruit on this tree.
Serious? Wow. So they named you after this song.
This is
And I see a smile when you're singing this song. You close your eyes.
Of course. It was very good. And I can... I feel even today, even many people, you ask him, what is Rouddy's? What is Mokatimbila? He will tell you. It is Rouddy's name. Yeah. So it was very interesting. I really appreciate that. And this name comes from the prison. Because people, when I was singing, they just called me Mokatimbila. They said, they didn't know my name, and they just calling me this name.
Wow. At some point, I love this part of the story, and I think it's very, very important. But at some point, you crossed the sea. You managed.
Yeah, I managed to cross the sea.
You arrived in Mória.
Yes.
First thought when you arrived in Mória. What was your first thought when you arrived in this camp?
No, first of all, my thought was change in the good. When we crossed the sea, in the middle of the sea, we found the Greek Coast Guard, and they came. They tell us, stop the boat. You are welcome. This is Europe. This is Greek police. We're gonna protect you. You are not in Turkish anymore. You are in Europe. And I never listened this word to the police in my life. In my country, the police, they are like, when you meet the police in the night, you have to run. But when I listened, I said, oh my God, this is Europe. This is Europe. Instead you to cry, you feel now I'm safe, because we had one man who was speaking English and was translating from us. Only one who was 65. And when the police was speaking, and he was translating to us. And I took very big hope inside the sea. And then the police was giving me the blankets. I saw, really, this is Europe. Whatever was looking in my life, I have to get it now. This is why. And when they bring us in the morning, I saw, where we are. And in the sea, my thought was, we saw the house. Maybe we're going to stay in the house. We're going to have a car. They bring us in the bus. All these things changed my mind at all. And the dream was, as the smuggler was telling us, you're going to arrive in this island. Then after 2 days, you'll take the ferry, the good ferry, bring you to Athens. And in Athens, you're going to take the bus, will bring you to France, then finish. This was the plan. And when I was coming, very big lie, and I was coming, I feel, I will be on 2 days here. So after 2 days, I will go take the boat. I will go to France. in Athens. Next week I'll be in France. This was the dream. Much hope as the police in the sea. Much everything I forgot. Say now, next week, France.
That
And
was
then,
6 years ago.
Yes. Then, 2017,
Oh.
5 years ago.
5 years ago, they said you fought 1 week.
Yeah, I said 1 week I will go. And I arrived in the camp. Oh, I saw some people I found there. They are like crazy. They are dirty. They don't think. They tell us, hey guys, welcome. This is the hell. We don't trust them. So why you say that? Hey, you never knew about this place. So, what this place? They let us to see it. They register us, and we go to the ISO box. Then I see the same bed was in the prison, and the same bed I saw in my. And then I said, I will sleep in this bed. They say, of course, you have a bed. Some people will sleep down. One day will come. There's no space. I said, really? Where we are? I said, this is Mória prison. Oh my God. I was in another prison. And they say, you don't know, but you will see. You are just arrived today. Don't worry. And when I went to this bed, all the nights, the mind was all in the prison. Because the same bed, I couldn't think nothing else in my mind. Just, I remember when I was in the prison, the food, and I saw in the morning, they came, they give us the food. I said, oh my God, it's the same prison. But with many people again. I start to ask, when will we go out? I have to go to take the boat. My friend will wait for me in Athens. We'll go. I say, who told you this? Who told you these things? You will stay here. I am here 1 year. I'm here 6 months. I'm here 7 months. I'm here 8 months. Then I lost again the hope. Yeah. I lost again me to stay here 6 months. Are you serious? They told me maybe you can be more. Don't worry. And I completely lost again the mind. Then I started to get sick because my mind was really down, and I started to get sick. And I got sick. The doctor without border was coming in the camp to give us the ticket to go. I started to have a psychological session because I couldn't even eat 1 week. Just I was sleeping in my head. I couldn't. I was thinking now all the bad things since my country, since Turkey, since in the sea. And I feel now finish my life. I asked them, where is France? I said, forget about France. Here you are, is the prison. Then if everything go well, then you will go to Athens. Then you will, if everything goes well, then you go to France. Then you don't know when exactly. There's no way. And then after getting sick, full 1 week, I didn't eat. I lost the weight. Then they told me, you don't have a choice. We are here. We have our family. They have money. They are coming here. If it's only for money, we cannot stay here. But this is Europe, you came. So you don't need to kill yourself by not eating. You'll die. You have to do some things to eat and to feel like a normal life. Then when you sleep, you see in your section they close the road, they lock with they lock the gate, and in the second there is a second gate they lock again. And the big gates outside there. So you have 3 different gates. Is a lock. During the day, the police are in each door, each gate. During the night, they lock. You don't have even time by yourself to say, I don't want to stay now in the room. I want to go out. No, the time is limited, really limited. And after I said, okay, there's no choice. I already survived in the sea, in my country, in the prison. Now this I don't know. And this time also, the situation was very bad for the African people. It was only people from Syria was taking the paper. They have to go. From the African, it was less Afghan, really less. And then African, no one care about us. And then people start to make a protest. After 1 month in July, they start to make a protest. And me, after 2 weeks, when I get sick, then I say, okay, I have to stand up to go to do some things. Where can I go? I found One Happy Family. It was only one place.
It's an organization on Lesbos, right?
Yeah, One Happy Family is the community center. I started to go there after 2. I was very bad. Then when I saw that place, with few volunteers, there was like 5, 6 volunteers. They was very nice. One of the volunteer, Ralph. I think you know my friend Rasta. And he was very nice with us and hugging us and giving us at least hope. They say, you have to come here every day, my friend. We're going to eat and we're going to drink coffee. Then you go back. Every day, come here. And I feel a bit better. I start to go there. And I identify in the camp, we were separately from Muslim and Christian. And there's no communication between us refugees and no connection between refugees and the volunteers, refugees and the Greek people, because most of the Greek people was not speaking English and I was speaking French. And I went there in one of the family, I said, I can do music. And I found also the people who was with me in the prison, the Syrian men. They said, my friend, music, you good, prison, tiki. I said, you remember me. We don't communicate too well, but they say, my friend, music here, music. And I asked One Happy Family if I can do music. Every Saturday, they like to have open stage. And they told me, of course, we are looking to have activities. Then I start.
That's amazing, because, I mean, you'd been through one prison, through one dark, deep hole, finding the light.
Yeah.
And now you were here, and that was 1 week, maybe 2. You found One Happy Family, one guy who hugs you and gives you a welcome, and you remember the way back to the light, and you start creating it.
I start, then 2 things I made was in my mind. I see here people don't like us. As the refugees in the camp, they didn't appreciate us. You feel the volunteer, they are coming. There was not the volunteer like today. It was only specific organization they are working there, but they cannot talk with refugees. I don't know if it was instruction. They cannot.
That's crazy.
Even they are black, they don't talk with us in the morning. They just came, they give you the paper, whatever you want, you have to go. But you don't have communication with them.
The volunteers couldn't communicate with you?
No. They just came, they knocked the door, and tomorrow you have to go there. This is the paper. If you want the food, you have to go there. If you want the clothes, you need to come here. Finish. This is the date of your appointment to go to take a coffee, clothes, everything. But if you want just to talk, hey, how are you? Where can I go? Can you help me? No. There's no way. Even 10 minutes, it doesn't have it, even 2 seconds to give you.
It's crazy, because, I mean, the only thing you need to feel is human.
We didn't feel human at all. Even Greek people was working in the camp, no even good morning. Very bad. And even you say good morning, you don't know how to say. Really, it was like we were isolated. Refugees is refugees. You will talk with refugees. The volunteer also was being only them. And the Greek worker was being only also Greek workers. Very different.
So the Greek workers were a separate community.
Separate community.
The volunteers were
the volunteers, yes, separate community. And the refugees, separate community.
And within the refugees, of course, there
of course, also if you ask refugees, it was like a Christian and a Muslim.
Yeah.
This was the big, because there is some African men, they are Muslim, but it was only Christian and a Muslim.
Okay.
No communication. And I think I was like, where I am, these things is impossible. And when I was doing open stage, you can even in the page of One Happy Family, I don't know if they still have 2017, there's some video. And I bring idea to organize African Day of African Food. And I organize Cultural African Day, yes. And we discussed with other people, the team, like Congolese men. We were a lot. And they said, let's do it. We sit all together and we make the first festival we did in One Happy Family in 2017 on July. And we, One Happy Family, make African food, fufu, all was African.
Yeah.
And I made the dance. It was amazing.
You made them dance again.
I did dance again. We make some theater and we dance again. And it was very successful. And they say, we need to continue music.
Yeah. I mean, how did you feel after this first? I mean, of course, you came again from this hopeless place.
Yeah.
You had an idea. The One Happy Family said, yes, we're going to do this. Yeah. You organized this day and it worked. What did that bring to you as a person?
Because it brings me something from my heart. And I love to see people smile. That's why I was already to do some things. I was thinking I have to do some things. I have to do some things. If it's someone sitting, I was trying to integrate with One Happy Family, to push myself to do some things, then people can come out of the camp. This I was thinking. Yeah. And it was the best place on that time to go to spend the day. It was like we feel human being there. When we are there, the volunteer, there was 5, 6, I think, they hug us and they speak with us. We sit down together, we eat together. It was something different. We never get it inside the camp.
The total opposite of what all volunteers in Greeks did.
Total opposite. Yeah. In One Happy Family, when you are there, you feel at least you are in the place people know you are human. And you have to come there. You have to come there even we came by foot. You have to send my mind was on tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock, I have to go. 7 every day. And then we sit down. One Happy Family give us the opportunity. You can become a volunteer. We can come to take you with the van. And you can tell us what you can do. Not only me, many people. Yeah. And everyone was thinking, I will do this, I will do this, I will do this. And me, I told them I will do music and a computer class. And they said, we don't have a computer. I said, I need only one laptop and the printer. I can print the paper because in the camp, to make a copy, in this time it was very hard. You need to make the line to make a copy maybe for 2 paper. And then you need to wait. Maybe you have to wake up in the morning, like 5, 6 o'clock to stand on the line. Maybe you spend till 10 o'clock. Maybe you don't make it because many people only small one printer.
And why did people need copies?
Because they want to submit the document to asylum service. People need the paper. Yeah. And there was no way. And I explained that to One Happy Family. I need, look at this. And also there's no internet. We can make a research computer here. If someone want to make research online, can use the laptop, but I can be even one laptop. And they give me one laptop. They put it there and I open it. We was together with one man, was Tyler, and I open laptop, I put it there. It was difficult to get the people. They say, what you are doing? They say, I have laptop. If you want to make research, come. Few people. And the copy there was coming all the time. And One Happy Family was buying the papers. It works well. We help people. Yeah. And after they decide, find the place you can make a cyber cafe. Then they find the place, and I build small cyber cafe in the
cyber cafe where people can work. The people can work, email, etc.
We ask the donation. I make some video. One Happy Family. They try and they find some laptop, some desktop, and we start. And I open cyber cafe. And the same time I was playing music, and the same time I was making like a movie. Because they have cinema space. And this was my 3 activities. So I became very busy. Yeah. And all the time I was sending the message when I have concert or open stage. We are human. We don't need to fight. And I make the competition for dancing like Afghan dance, Arabic dance, African dance, European, and competition. So
you also combined the different groups. You were talking about in the camp the Christians and Muslims didn't connect, and maybe the different cultures don't connect, etc. And volunteers. So you decided to do something about that.
Of course.
By dancing.
This was the goal, by dancing. and everyone has different cultural.
Yeah.
Say, bring your dance, and I was winning all the time. I was bringing all the time African dance. I've become crazy, and people, Africa good, and they say, please let dance. And I was telling guys, it's not good to fight between us. We have one name, refugees. Why we fight? Because it was fight. The Syrian was fighting with the Afghan every weekend. Every week they have to fight.
That's very
and
dangerous.
then it was a bit big, not communication between Christian and Muslim. And I was saying, no, here we don't need someone to have for the church. Like if you are Christian, if you are Muslim, we are all refugees. How you want to hurt your friend? How you want to discuss? And let's hug. Sometimes when we dance, we hug each other. And I was like thinking to disrupt the fight. And I was a bit security. Because many people know about me. Even the morning, my friend, music, my friend, everybody, they knew about me. And it was very good after I left Mória camp. But I didn't let stop my dream. Because I was doing it in one family. I was, okay. After I think, the way I'm doing this thing is very important, but I can make it like with name. And people.
Did it help, just before you get into this, did it help to stop the fighting?
It stopped a bit. Not really all, but
of course.
In the section, it was stopped. Because people, one day, the person was outside, because not everybody was coming in one family, but it's increased a bit the time, the number fighting. Beautiful. And people, even in the room I was living, you can see Christian and Muslim was not talking. But after all these things, they start to talk.
You became the priest or the imam or the combination.
Yeah, it was very good because I was feeling proud of me. Even from African people was not talking together, but when we play music and we smile, they hug each other. It was very good, and I tried to fight for the peace for all of us. We are human, and all the time I was making my speech. I make my speech in French. There was some volunteer was speaking French. They make it in English. They make it in Farsi. They make it in Arabic.
You're
and
preaching.
We have to read to tell everybody who we are, what we are. We should stop fighting. We are together. We have one name. Our name is refugees. We need to support each other. It was like that. For those who was happy, was listening, it was very good. For those who didn't listen, okay, we try.
But and it's important to mention that, as you said, the African people in the camp were having the hardest time in the camp.
Yeah.
And now you're bringing the African people together to dance and sing and create peace.
Yeah. And also when I made the events in July in Wahalabi family, and then there was some volunteer from Euro Relief that told me you need to make this event again in the camp. And this time in August. I said, in the camp, how can I do it? I said, we will support you.
Okay.
And I made a team with many people, like 60 people from Africa. I think I still have these pictures. I have to really make a really big research. This picture, I still have it. I took people from all over Africa was there. And we make the draw with the flag from your country. I make a small group of theater. I thought, you're going to do this. You're going to do this. We create. It was something, to create the theater, something people will see. You need to think, idea. And Fabian from One FM was so much active. And I said, I want to do this. And I start to train people who are going to do this. And after music, dancing, we learn. And I did a concert. The first concert was good inside the camp, 2017. I did it. And it was very, very good. People in the camp, they was very happy. They said, we need the music. It was not really professional, but at least people was dancing. Yeah. After...
Yeah, talk about RAD, because you founded RAD here on the island already.
I had the RAD.
RAD means?
RAD was Refugees African Dance. But 20 June, it was the day I published RAD.
Ah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I didn't know also the date. It was like World Refugees Day.
Yeah, it is.
And I was like writing my room all in April, May. My room was with too many paper because my psychologist was telling me, you can write whatever is coming in your mind. You don't forget. And he gave me a lot of paper to write everything I'm doing during the day to help me.
Yeah.
And I was writing now. I want to have something music, something can connect people, something people will remind me. I was writing all these things and I put it everywhere in my room. And I said, music would be good. Music, I can dance as I'm doing. I can do this. And the name, let me find the name. And I didn't find the name. I start like Rouddy music. It wasn't really well. And I said, Rouddy Refugees Dance. Rouddy African Dance. Always I put in my name. But after I said, let's take out my name. I said, okay, I'm refugees. I say like African Dance for Refugees.
Mm-hmm.
It was like ADR. I said, doesn't go well. I change again. I say RDA. I say Refugees Dance African. Doesn't go well. And I change it. I put A in the middle. Then it's go RAD. I say Refugees African Dance. They will understand. It was a big by myself. And I went, all the name I give to people who was living with me in the room. I said, can you read all this? I want to see what will sound well. Yeah. And they start to read. They start to read all. They say, what did you like? RAD. Really? I asked the second person, the third, they say, RAD is very good. Okay, what is this? I said, Refugees African Dance. You want to start to dance? I said, yes. And they saw, Rudy is crazy, man. And they saw, people are thinking to leave the island. You want to dance, to stay here to dance. I said, no, I don't want to stay here, but I want to continue what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Then I went to the camp to recruit people. I went to different organizations to ask helps. I went to Salam place, was in the camp, Salam. I asked them, but they didn't respond to me. Well, I went to another family, they said, there's no space. I was everywhere. And no one gave me the space, like to go, to do music, the activity, like for me, not for them. They didn't allow me. Yeah. And finally, I went to meet Philippa in the whole project. And Philippa told me, of course, we have a space, we just open, we are new, but we are looking also the activities here. Please come use the space. You have speaker, you have everything. And that time, I started to work with World Project, doing dance, and people start to come. The challenge was I didn't have the money, even a car, even a volunteer started to help me. And that time there was a lot of volunteers from Netherlands was working with BRF, and all of them was coming there. All of them, the doctors, after finished the job, directly they came to RAD, and we start to work, and they was dancing, and they were supporting me with. Maybe they buy 10 tickets, they give it to me, they have a car, they bring people back, they come. And I made the RAD, and it was like RAD Lesbos. Yeah. My mind was all ready to know RAD will not be in Lesbos. No. It can be a different country, but this is RAD Lesbos. After I started to have a music, and I said, let me put it international because I'm not alone. Yeah. And all the people, they're not coming from Lesbos, they are different countries. Yeah. And I put RAD International. And then I start to play. Then it's come RAD Music International.
And now I'm here. Yeah. Just only the listeners can't see it. Yeah. But they maybe still have the picture of you on a prison bed in Mória camp. And now you're here behind a big desk. Yeah. Inside a beautiful building in the middle of Mytilene. Yes. A little bit tired because you work way too hard.
Of course.
Because you can't stop like many of us can't, especially when you're here on Lesbos. But you did it. Can you just very short say what happens here in the rap music, the cultural club?
We are a cultural club doing cultural activities because I identify whatever people are doing here, the best things is the communication and the connect. And I think also in the past, as I said, in the camp there was no connection, no communication between volunteer refugees and the Greek. And my mind was only that. How I can connect people, how I can be acceptable to these people. Because our time, if you came in the town, you have only 2 places to stay. In the park or in the bus station.
As
you
a
have to wait the bus. As refugees.
Yeah.
No one accepts you. No one open the door for you. Even you go to some shops, they don't sell you.
Yeah.
Very sad. You feel isolated. You walk in the street, people go away. Because in Africa, we used to say, you see someone in the road, even you don't know him, say bonjour.
At least
Just
greet
at least
people.
greet, yeah. And here it was not in the cultural. It's not in the Greek culture. If you say good morning, no one reply. And I took it wrong. I said, because I'm a refugee, maybe it's normal. And I didn't know it was a cultural. Here, and if they don't know you, you say they don't know you. They will not answer. And I said, let me work for cultural thing, because the cultural, if you understand my culture, understand your culture, we're gonna live together. And I said, let me work on that. The culture doesn't need the languages. And the culture is like even body languages. There is some sign you cannot do it. And by playing music and dancing, we bring people together. And people start to come. The Greek people was the last people came in my band. And they start to come. They're dancing. And when I played the first concert in Mytilene, in the center of Lesbos, it was full of 300, 400 people. Greek. All of them was Greek. Because I play like in a different organization, in one family, in the whole project. I played 2 concerts there. People was coming. But in Mytilene, it was specially for Mytilene people. By supporting Sinipaxi. And they rent the space. I went there, we danced. It was crazy. And people, they see my work. They really appreciate it. We need to come to join you. And it was really difficult.
And then the Greek people started to join you.
Greek people started to join. And I didn't have much public as I am today. And I continued to work very hard. Then we played the first concert, 2020 also, for World Refugees Day. It was full of people. Even Corona was already there, but it was full people.
Wow.
So that is right.
And then you said I wasn't as public a figure as I am today, which is true. I mean, when I walk with you down the street, like every 3rd chair, somebody is shouting, "Hey, Rouddy, Kalimera, Yassas, how are you doing?" And you're replying and hugging, and so you're known here, and that's beautiful. Last thing I want to know is. This podcast is Living as Neighbours. It's mainly locals who are people who are living in their own country who choose, because of what's happening around them, to become a neighbour for people on the move. Yeah. Often with creating trouble with their own neighbours. Not always, but it can happen. But what you do when you choose to engage with the difficulties around you, you're no longer a victim of the things around. You're no longer a bystander. You engage, you become a creator. That's what you did.
Yes.
But not even from a local point of view, from a house here on Lesbos.
Yes.
But from a refugee. I mean, everybody who had a question and from the camp and asked me, I said, please call Rouddy, he knows better. Which was true. And then they ended up in your band. Yeah. So how do you make that choice? And what does it bring to you?
Yes, I know people like neighbor living around you. If they are behaving bad, you need to help them. You need to help them if you know you can change. To create something is never given to everybody. It's a sacrifice. And with all this humiliation, and like all this disrespect, all this racist, all these bad things was around us with our neighbor, because even we are in the camp, our neighbors, the people are close to us, the village, they didn't appreciate. And we had some road, you cannot go there. Yeah. And my mind was always motivation to disrupt these things and build a good bridge between we and them, and to tell them, to show what we are and what we can offer. And I didn't do it for me, and also to give hope to the people are in the camp, because they need this.
Yeah.
People was in the camp, they don't have hope. I said, if they see me, I have a problem, maybe they will get a bit hope. I will tell them, please, this situation I have been faced it, I was thinking like to continue to be like focal point for people. I was doing that, and also for our neighbor Greek people, and because the mind was to bring this connection, to interconnect people and to work together, and that's why I took all the things was in the bad, I turned it in the good, and this helps me a lot, because you cannot imagine every day you go out, some people they insult you with the hand like this, so you can't imagine, and you go back too much stress. Some people call me, hey, black man. Even some people, even today, but it's not like before. But before it was really bad. Hey, refugees. People go away. You sit in the restaurant, in the bar. If people sit there, they change the table. So it was not really easy. No. And I took all these things. I start to see it in the good way. Oh, it was not easy. Today you can ask, in 100% people come from Greece, Lesbos, Mória. You ask them, can you go back to Mória even for one day? They will say never.
No.
They will say never. The refugees, they will say never, never, never for their life. But for me, I transformed this place to bring different value. And in the difficult time, people get more smart. In the difficult time, you can think. All this difficult time for me bring me to have another step of my life. It cannot help only me, but other people. Because right now, it's not only we refugees we learn, also Greek people, the volunteer coming to learn from us. We teach the languages, and we show them we are not what you are thinking.
Yeah.
We are people like you. We can do together. If you open your door for us, if you came, if you tell me this, we will not do bad things. And some Greek people start open their door for us. They give me a bit trust. They say, Rouddy, come in my house, let's have a drink. They tell me, Rouddy, come sit, come in my car. And some people, they was a bit crazy. Why these people are taking this? All these people, they come my friend. Some people, I knew them, they never say hi to me. Today, they become my friend. Because they saw I create something never exist here, and for the good. And not my family is beneficial on that, but the people I never even meet in my life. And it's very good, I can say, to live together with someone's your neighbor. You have to understand it is his life. It is this man, he sleep, he wake up in the morning, he didn't wake up well because you are close to him. Also the same we are doing, we cannot be happy if our neighbor has a problem.
Yeah.
We will go to help. But for us it was not like that, and now we change it a bit. We are a bit acceptable in the society and in the island, and Rouddy has been bring a lot of change. Even for music, I play today with Greek musicians. They never play African music all their life. Now they are learning African music. Even they're learning my languages. They understand our cultural. It's so proud for them. Yeah. And Rouddy give opportunity. Even people can work. The Greek people, I'm as a refugee, but we employ them to work. Even just, we want of guys, please let's work together. We approach them and they approach us because they have been see what I've been created. And I'm proud of that. And I can say thank you for the team, because the team are with me. We have been attacked a lot. They attack us, even social media. You refugees who call you here, go back to your country. And I have been live with racist people. But sometimes I had an interview, I said, I'm looking the racist people, because it doesn't seem in your face you are racist. But sometimes we drink with them. I want to understand who is racist and who doesn't want to live with us. If I meet this kind of people, because maybe they never listen to us, If we talk, they will understand. But I never meet them. But one day I took the opportunity to meet one guy who was discussing the things about that, and I understand he was racist. I told him, I never knew you. I never knew you are racist. So you are coming to me, but you are racist. Oh, no, I'm not racist. I said, no. This means racist. Okay, don't worry. Let's discuss in the good way. You in your country, you will be happy. Someone from like another government came to give you order. Like me, I came in your house to tell you, you have 5 rooms. You have only allowed to go to 2 rooms. 3 rooms, you are not allowed. You don't know me. And I told you and your children, you will be happy. He said, never, I will not be happy. I will kill this person. I said, the same. That's why we are here. Because we have this limited. The people, they came in our country. They tell us, we cannot travel free. We cannot eat. We cannot be employed. They create the war. They make this. It's not for funny that we are here. We should be free in our house, our country. But we cannot. For this reason. After he sit, he came, he hugged me. He said, I'm sorry, Rouddy, I'm sorry. Let's work together. I changed. Rouddy changed a lot in this island. Even the girls, you can see my phone. Even the men, the old people, they are very happy with us. And the refugees, when they are coming, I'm telling them, guys, this is when you came this Europe. I have been in a hard situation. Of course, my life is not honey now. My life is still hard, but what you can do, follow the step. Let's try to learn. Rouddy is there. It's a refugee's house. It's not my house, guys. Whatever is here, everyone is welcome. We have food. We are taking from home for all. We have a space. You can relax. If you need help, let us know. We can help. I did this as refugees for you. So you need to be proud. And these people around us, they are our neighbor. They will come. And they will understand. And they are coming. Refugees don't need a lot of things. The first things refugees want to be equal with others. With equal is very important. It's making me proud today. Refugees, when they arrive in the island, even they arrive today, tomorrow they came in Rouddy, they meet Greek people. Tomorrow they came in Rouddy, they meet volunteers. This was 1 year for me to meet volunteers, to talk. This took me a long time to meet Greek people, to talk 2 years, to be friendly with Greek people. So it's very, very big work. And I'm very happy on that, because when these people, they came, they didn't know what happening before. And they came here, they meet Greek people, really big connect. And even they go out to drink a coffee. Even you go next bar here.
Like as if it's normal.
Yeah, it's normal life, but we.
Exactly. Crazy.
It was crazy. You which bar you will go?
Yeah.
You feel we go to the bar, everyone's looking at you like this. You say, what I did? And you don't feel comfortable. You have to leave. Because someone sitting close you left. Someone left. And you don't feel comfortable. So now, Rouddy have been bringing impact even to refugees, African people, black people. Rouddy has been changed. Whatever you go in the island, people, they don't feel bad. They came close to you. They say, come sit here. Let's sit here. And I'm very happy on that.
That's amazing.
I'm very happy.
So one advice for you or to people in Europe who are touched by what's happening at the borders but don't know what to do. Yeah, people who are living in France, in Bosnia, in Sweden, they see the situation of refugees. They realize something is wrong, but they don't have a clue how to be a good neighbor for people on the move.
Whatever you think you can do with your neighbor, with your friend are suffering refugees, don't wait someone to come to tell you do it. Wake up in the morning and do it and help if you can help. Then at least people will not understand you, but even some days, some months, they will say you were right. They will tell you were right because you did right things. It's not good to see your friend. I have even one song I'm singing like that. When you are rich people, which kind of rich people you are? You see people are crying, and you see people are starving. You see people they're sleeping in the streets. Then you close your eyes. You don't do nothing. And I don't understand these people. This is the song I'm singing because I follow reggae music. And when I sing this song, it brings me to see those people. You go sometime in the church, but you don't understand what the Bible say. The Bible say, love your friend as you love yourself. But this is the equal when I see people are sleeping the border in the street. And you are there. And Sunday you will go to the church. What you gonna do in the church? You're against yourself. What you gonna say in the church, and in the close to you someone is dying, just like he doesn't have water to drink, but you have water because you don't want this person, and it is hypocrisy. So I don't understand which kind of people we are.
So stand up when you're touched. Don't wait for somebody else to ask.
Don't wait. You need to stand up. Do it. If you do it, even 2-3 people will follow you. You'll get more energy. If you can start by yourself, then you get energy. If me, what I do for Rouddy, if no one came close to me, I cannot.
Exactly, you need.
I cannot.
To
and
but
after,
you have to make the first step first.
You have to make first step. Yeah. You have to make. You say, we will do it. If someone wants to join me, let's go.
Yeah.
And you start, and people will join you. Of course, there is always people will be behind you. Even one. Even your wife, even your children, even if they are there, they can support. If they cannot, people outside will support you always. So people should not to wait someone to come to tell them. Stand up and go do.
Thank you so much, Rouddy. Thank you for this, for all your wisdom, for your power and the hope. Thanks a lot. This is for today.
Stand up strong, you got to know where you belong. Stay weak once now, will soon come strong.